One of the things that was really fun in developing these stories was creating kind of the God character and the Christ character and the saint character in my stories. And like I've mentioned, Chronicles of Narnia by C.S. Lewis was very influential when I started creating these stories. And I just always loved seeing the God aspects and the Christ aspects in Chronicles of Narnia growing up, and reading Lion's Witch in the Wardrobe for the first time in elementary school and seeing that very, very, very picturesque look at Christ and his sacrifice on the cross and all that different things with the witch and Aslan and all that stuff was just very impacting as a child. And I later on read more of the Chronicles of Narnia and just loved the different aspects that were woven into it in the fantasy world of the Bible and the gospel and different things. And I loved the creation story that he wrote into The Magician's Nephew when Aslan is first creating Narnia and different things like that. And so that has always been a huge influence from the start in writing these stories. So my god character is known as the Great Mage in the Solstice Chronicles, and you don't see much of him. You do see him initially in the prologue of Beauty Restored, and it's in his kingdom when Lucian comes and asks for permission to give the Snow Queen a gift. And that was kind of a nod to Job when Satan goes before God to ask him if he can inflict certain things on Job. And so it's kind of a picture of that when that first prologue. But the Great Mage is my god character, and he's the one who created the realms years ago. He is the one who was overseeing everything and is all powerful and almighty and all these things, kind of like God. And you don't see him a lot, but he's referenced a lot, and people either know his presence or they don't know his presence. And how much he's accepted in the realms is reflected in the realms and their own beauty and their own light, and how much light is in each realm. And so that was kind of interesting to develop too. Even though the Great Mage isn't like physically present in all the realms, he's definitely referenced to a lot, and people know of him. They know he existed long ago, or that he still exists, and he does have his own realm. And so you have the Mage's realm outside of the four season realms and different things. And so you do see his character, and I hope to kind of portray God through his character. And I know I'm human, and so my portrayal of him will never be perfect, but I did want to give just kind of a picture of him in a fairy tale world that maybe gives insight to his character or who he is in a different way than just reading about him in the Bible or hearing about him on Sundays in a sermon or different things. And so that was one thing I really wanted to incorporate into these stories, was just kind of creating a picture of Christ in the Bible in a different way than maybe how we would normally see it, or make it more relatable maybe by putting it in this world and in this realm.